Hold on to your hats, folks, because President Trump just detonated a tariff bomb. This is not a drill. On April 2nd, 2025, he slapped tariffs on a vast swath of goods coming into the US. This sent shockwaves through the global economy, affecting every corner of the world. Markets are in a tailspin as investors try to make sense of this bold move. This is huge, people, absolutely huge. We're talking trillions of dollars in trade affected, potentially triggering a global trade war. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the world is watching closely. We're going to break down exactly what these tariffs mean, how the markets are reacting, and what it all means for you. This is the kind of market-moving news that keeps you up at night. But don't worry, I'm here to guide you through it all. We're going to unpack the potential fallout, from the risk of recession to rising prices for everyday goods. Get ready for a wild ride.
So what exactly are we dealing with here? Let's break it down. First, Trump imposed a baseline 10% tariff on almost everything imported into the US. That's right, 10%. This means that a wide range of products, from electronics to clothing, are now more expensive to bring into the country. This is designed to protect American businesses and workers. At least that's what the president says. The idea is to make American-made products more competitive by making imported goods pricier. But wait, there's more. On top of the baseline tariff, China, our biggest trading partner, is being hit with an additional 54% tariff on their goods. This is a significant escalation in the trade war, aimed at pressuring China to change its trade practices. Talk about a gut punch. This move has sent shockwaves through the global market, affecting businesses and consumers alike. This is a direct shot at their trade practices, which the Trump administration has long criticized. They argue that China has been engaging in unfair trade practices for years, and this is a way to level the playing field. Now, before you panic, there are some exemptions. Not everything is subject to these tariffs, and some key sectors have been spared. Canada and Mexico, our North American neighbors, initially got a pass. This was likely to maintain good relations and avoid disrupting the supply chains that are crucial to many industries. Pharmaceuticals, copper, semiconductors, lumber, gold, energy, and some minerals are also exempt. These exemptions are critical for industries that rely heavily on these materials. But let me tell you, these exemptions are about as reliable as a weather forecast in a hurricane. They can change at any moment, adding to the uncertainty. These tariffs are no joke, folks. They have far-reaching implications for the economy and international relations. They're designed to shake things up and force other countries to play by our rules. It's a high-stakes game of economic chess. Whether that strategy works remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Buckle up.
The markets hate uncertainty, and let me tell you, these tariffs have injected a whole lot of uncertainty into the global economy. The reaction was swift and brutal. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, a key indicator of the stock market's health, plunged over 1,000 points, or 2.3%. That's a huge drop, folks, signaling widespread fear and panic among investors. It wasn't just the Dow that got hammered. The S&P 500, a broader measure of the market, tumbled 3.4%, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite nosedived 4.2%. This shows that no sector was spared from the carnage. Individual companies felt the heat too. Giants like Nike, Five Below, Dollar Tree, Gap, Nvidia, and even Tesla, the darling of the electric car market, suffered significant losses. This tells you that investors are worried about the impact of these tariffs on corporate profits. The message is clear. The markets are deeply concerned about the potential fallout from a trade war. This is not a time for the faint of heart.
The stock market isn't the only thing feeling the tremors from Trump's tariff earthquake. Economists are sounding the alarm bells, warning of a potential recession and a surge in inflation. JP Morgan, one of the most respected names on Wall Street, is now saying that these tariffs could be the straw that breaks the camel's back, pushing the US economy into a recession. That's right, a recession. Goldman Sachs, another Wall Street heavyweight, is also worried, raising its probability of a recession to a jaw-dropping 35%. These guys don't make these kinds of predictions lightly. Adding fuel to the fire, Fitch Ratings, a global credit rating agency, warned that these tariffs could trigger a global recession. This is not just an American problem anymore, folks. It's a global one. These tariffs could also lead to a surge in inflation. With prices for imported goods rising, businesses will have no choice but to pass those costs on to consumers. Get ready for your wallets to take a hit!
Section 5. Consumer impact, higher prices, and uncertain future. Okay, so the stock market is tanking, economists are freaking out, but how will these tariffs affect you, the average Joe? Well, get ready for higher prices on just about everything. From your daily groceries to the gadgets you love, nothing is spared. That new car you've had your eye on? Forget about it. The tariffs on foreign-made cars could add anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 to the sticker price. That's a significant chunk of change. That's enough to make you want to hold on to your old clunker for a few more years. And it's not just cars. Everything from clothes to electronics to groceries could see price hikes. Imagine paying more for your favorite jeans or the latest smartphone. Remember, these tariffs affect a wide range of goods, so be prepared to shell out more at the cash register. But it's not just about higher prices, folks. The uncertainty created by these tariffs could have a ripple effect throughout the economy, potentially leading to job losses and slower economic growth. Businesses may hesitate to hire or expand, fearing the unknown. The bottom line is this: these tariffs are going to hit you where it hurts, your wallet, and the long-term consequences are still unclear. Buckle up, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. The road ahead is filled with uncertainty and challenges.
Section 6. Political backlash. Senate pushes back, global tensions rise. The political fallout from Trump's tariff bombshell has been swift and fierce. The announcement has sent shockwaves through both domestic and international political landscapes. Even some members of his own party are breaking ranks, saying enough is enough. This unprecedented move has left many wondering about the future of party unity. The U.S. Senate, in a rare show of bipartisanship, passed a measure to block the tariffs on Canada. This decision marks a significant shift in the political dynamics of Washington. That's right, even some Republicans are siding with the Democrats on this one. The unity displayed here is a testament to the gravity of the situation. They recognize that these tariffs could be disastrous for the economy. Experts warn that the ripple effects could be felt across various sectors, from manufacturing to agriculture. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is not taking this lying down. Global leaders are scrambling to respond, holding emergency meetings to strategize their next moves. Canada, the European Union, Japan, and many others have threatened retaliatory tariffs. These nations are preparing to defend their economic interests vigorously. This could quickly escalate into a full-blown trade war, with devastating consequences for everyone involved. The stakes have never been higher, and the potential fallout is enormous. Even Trump's own Treasury Secretary warned against retaliation, saying it would only make things worse. The internal discord within the administration is palpable, but the president, as usual, seems determined to stay the course, even if it means alienating our closest allies and risking a global economic meltdown. His steadfast approach is causing widespread concern. The political climate is as volatile as the markets right now. Investors and citizens alike are on edge, watching every development closely. It's a high-stakes game of chicken, and no one knows for sure how it's going to end. The uncertainty is creating a tense atmosphere, with everyone bracing for impact.
Section 7. Trump's gamble, justification, and revenue projections. So, what's the method behind Trump's tariff madness? The president claims that these tariffs are necessary to protect American jobs and businesses from unfair foreign competition. He argues that other countries have been taking advantage of the US for too long. Trump also claims that these tariffs will generate trillions of dollars in revenue for the US government. One White House aide even went so far as to predict $6 trillion over the next decade. But many economists are skeptical of these claims. They argue that tariffs are essentially a tax on American consumers, who will end up paying higher prices for goods. They also warn that tariffs could lead to job losses in industries that rely on imports. Only time will tell whether Trump's tariff gamble will pay off or backfire spectacularly. But one thing's for sure, it's a risky move with potentially far-reaching consequences.
Section 8. Conclusion. Navigating the uncertain waters of trade wars. We're sailing into uncharted waters, folks. Trump's tariff tsunami has created a climate of fear and uncertainty in the global economy. The stock market is reeling, economists are warning of a recession, and consumers are bracing for higher prices. It's still too early to say what the long-term impact of these tariffs will be, But one thing's for sure, we're in for a bumpy ride. Fasten your seatbelts and hold on tight.
In the meantime, stay informed, stay vigilant, and don't panic. This is a time for cool heads and sound judgment. And remember, I'm here to help you navigate these turbulent economic waters. Stay tuned.